JC Bamford Excavators Limited is a British multinational manufacturer of equipment for construction, agriculture, waste handling and demolition. It was founded in 1945 and is based in Rochester, Staffordshire in England. The word JCB is also often used colloquially as a generic description for mechanical diggers and excavators, and the word even appears in the Oxford Dictionary, although it is still held as a trademark. Hello everybody, and you're very welcome back to the channel. So yes, today we're talking about JCB, we're talking about the company itself, and we're talking about the history and a little bit of controversy that it has been involved with throughout the years. Now, for those of you who have not seen my earlier JCB videos, I have done one specifically on the fast track, on the history of the fast track, and we spoke with a JCB fast track expert from here in Ireland about the mechanical aspects of the machine and the history of the fast track. I've also dealt with the hydrogen project that JCB has been developing for the last number of years, that has hit the headlines more so in the last month or so, when it has been approved for use within the industry. Now, it was about a year and a half ago that I first started talking about it. I have two videos done on the hydrogen engine and its inception. So if you have an interest in that, go and take a look at it. It is fascinating stuff, and I probably will sometime in the near future do another video on that hydrogen project. Of course, as things evolved and everyone is looking for a greener solution to their machinery. Electricity, obviously, electrical batteries is not the way forward in plant and construction, and indeed in agriculture. So the adoption of hydrogen has been seen as an alternative, a way forward, keeping that engine, keeping the internal combustion engine. But today we're talking all about the history of JCB itself. So welcome everyone, welcome back, and everyone who tuned into our video last week. Thank you very, very much, and all the comments. We got some great comments, some great history on it. Yeah, it's great to hear from people, and all the new subscribers, of course, are welcome. So without further ado, as I say, we will get on with today's video. So we'll take a look first at the history. So Joseph Cyril Bamford Excavators Limited was founded by Joseph Cyril Bamford in October 1945 in Oxford, Staffordshire in England. He rented a lock-up garage that was 12 by 15 foot in it, using a welding set which he bought second-hand for £1 from English Electric. He made his first vehicle a tipping trailer from war surplus materials. The trailer's sides and floor were made from steel sheet that had been part of air raid shelters. The tyres and the wheels were from a Grumman Hellcat fighter, and the hubs were from a small howitzer. On the same day as his son Anthony was born, he sold a trailer at a nearby market for £45, plus a part exchange farm cart, and at once made another trailer. At one time, he made vehicles in a coal yard in Exeter. The first trailer and the welding set have been preserved in the museum. In 1948, 6 people were working for the company, and it made what is thought to be the first hydraulic tipping trailer in Europe. In 1950, it moved to an old cheese factory in Rochester, still employing 6 workers. A year later, Bamford began painting his products the now famous yellow. In 1949, JCB launched the Major Loader, engineered for versatility. It is Europe's first industrial loader. In 1953, he developed JCB's first backhoe loader, the Mark I, and the JCB logo appeared for the first time. It was designed by Derby Media advertising designer Leslie Smith. In 1957, the firm launched the Hydrodig Incorporation excavator and the Major Loader as a single all-purpose tool useful in agriculture and construction industry. By 1964, JCB has sold over 3,000 3C backhoe loaders. The next year, the first 360-degree excavator was introduced, the JCB-7. It was manufactured under license by Warner Swansea and powered by a Ford engine. JCB manufactured undercarriage and excavator assemblies. 1971 saw the introduction of the tracked loading shovel, the 110. The machine won the Design Council Award in 1972. In 1975, Lord Anthony Bamford, Bamford's son, was made chairman of the company. In 1977, the load-all machine was introduced. The next year, the firm started its operations in India. In 1991, the firm entered a joint venture with Sumitomo of Japan to produce excavators, which ended in 1998. 2 years later, a JCB factory was completed near Pooler, near Savannah, Georgia, in the US, and in 1912, the factory was opened in Brazil. In 1991, of course, JCB launched the Fast-Track 125, 145 high-speed full-draft tractors with all-round suspension, a world's first specifically developed for farmers, with input from the farmer, breaking more than 40 years of traditional tractor design to completely revolutionise the agricultural industry. In 2005, JCB bought a company, purchasing the German equipment firm Dieselmax. In the same year, it opened a new factory in Pudong in China. Planning of a new 40 million JCB heavy product site began following the launch of the architectural design competition in 2007, managed by Reba Competitions. And by the next year, the firm began to move from its old site on Pinfold Street in Uxter to the new site beside the A50. The Pinfold Street site was demolished in 2009. During that year, JCB announced plans to make India its largest manufacturing hub. Its factory at Balagabagara in Haryana was to become the world's largest backhoe loader manufacturing facility. Although JCB shed 2,000 jobs during the recession in 2008, in 2010 it rehired up to 200 new workers. In 2013, JCB set up its fourth manufacturing facility in India. In 2014, it was reported that 3 out of every 4 pieces of construction equipment sold in India was a JCB, and that its Indian operations accounted for 17.5% of its total revenue. JCB-based memes have also become prevalent in India. JCB began manufacturing 20 to 30 ton excavators in Solnechnogorsky district in Russia in 2017. But of course, due to trade sanctions imposed following the 2022 Russia war with Ukraine, JCB suspended its operations in Russia in March 2022. In 2020, JCB launched JCBExplore.com, a website dedicated to promoting play and outdoor activities for children. So looking at the products, many of the vehicles produced by JCB are variants of the backhoe loader, including tracked or wheel variants, mini and large versions, and other variations such as forklift vehicles and telescopic handlers for moving materials to the upper floors of building sites. The company also produces wheel loaders, shovels, articulated dump trucks. Of course, the JCB Fast-Track range of tractors, which entered production in early 1991, can drive at speeds of up to 75 kilometres or 40 miles an hour on roads, and was shown on BBC television programme Tomorrow's World, and years later as Jeremy Clarkson's tractor of choice in Top Gear. The firm makes a range of military vehicles, including the JCB HMEE, so it's a high mobility, engineer and something. It licenses a range of rugged feature phones and smartphones designed for construction sites. The design was a marketing contract and awarded to Data Select in 2010, which then lost exclusive rights in 2013. JCB Power Systems make a hydrogen combustion engine, which aims to be cost effective by reusing parts from the company's Dieselmax engines. JCB Insurance Services is a fully owned subsidiary of JCB that provides insurance for customers with funding from another fully owned subsidiary, JCB Finance. The JCB Dieselmax. So looking at the Dieselmax in April 2006, JCB announced that they were developing a diesel-powered land speed record vehicle known as the JCB Dieselmax. The car is powered by 2 modified JCB 444 diesel power plants using 2-stage turbochargers generating up to 750 horsepower, 1 engine driving the front and 1 engine driving the rear. On the 22nd of August 2006, the Dieselmax, driven by Andy Green, broke the diesel land speed world record, attaining a speed of 328.767 miles per hour, or roughly 530 kilometers an hour. The following day, the record was broken again, this time with a speed of 350 miles an hour, 563 odd kilometers an hour. Looking at some controversies and criticism down throughout the year, so in December 2000, JCB was fined €39.6 million by the European Commission for violating European Union antitrust law. The fine related to restrictions on sales outside allotted territories, purchases between the authorised distributors, bonuses and fees which restricted out-of-territory sales, and occasional joint fixing of resale prices and discounts across different territories. JCB appealed the decision, with the European Court of First Instance upholding portions of the appeal and reducing the original fine by 25%. JCB then appealed to the European Court of Justice, but this final appeal was rejected in 2006, with the court slightly increasing the reduced fine by €864,000. So some tax avoidance scandals, of course. 2017, a Reuters study of JCB Group accounts found that between 2001 and 2013, the JCB Group paid $577 million to JCB Research, an unlimited company that does not have to file public accounts and which has only 2 shares, both owned by Anthony Bamford. JCB Research has been described as an obscure company, allegedly worth £27,000, but which donated $2 million to the Conservative Party in the run-up to the 2010 election, making it the largest donor. Ownership of the company, which has never filed accounts, is disputed by the Bamford brothers. According to a Guardian report, much of the Bamford money was held in shares in offshore trusts. JCB Service, the main JCB holding company, is owned by a Dutch parent company, Transmissions and Engineering Netherlands BV, which is ultimately controlled by the Bamford family interests. According to Ethical Consumer, JCB has 6 subsidiaries in jurisdictions considered to be tax havens, so in Singapore, Netherlands, Hong Kong, Delaware and Switzerland. They also had a bailout loan, so in 2020, JCB received a $600 million loan in emergency financial aid from the UK government during the coronavirus pandemic, despite its ultimate ownership being in the Netherlands and having reported a record $447 million profit in the previous year. Its chief executive, Graham MacDonald, said, "Although not a public company, we are obliged for CCF because of our contribution to the UK economy. We don't expect to utilise it in the short term, but it gives us an insurance policy if there is further disruption from a second spike or another impact around the world." And there you have it. That's literally brings us up to today. So yeah, an interesting history, I suppose. Not without its controversy, but I think it's nothing new. Everybody is pretty much well aware, and I do stick up for the company within their hydrogen. I think it's fantastic what they are doing and what they have done. And likewise, Detroit Diesels, Cummins are doing it. They're out there. Those diesel engines are out there. They're in huge development. I know John Deere are looking at it as well. A lot of the big engine manufacturers are looking at it. Caterpillar also, Perkins Caterpillar, whatever. So yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments. Not a very long video today. It's literally all I have time for this week. It's been a hectic week again. If you've been involved in JCB throughout the years, if you've driven one, if you own one, if you've got a fast track, if you've got an excavator, if you've got a backhoe or 3CX, or everywhere, 3CX everywhere all over this country throughout the years. But despite all the controversy, I do still think it is a fantastic company. I think ethically, are they doing that in illegal? No, probably not. If we all had that sort of money, we'd do our best to try and hide a little bit of it offshore if we could. So I don't really blame Sir Anthony Bamford for what he's doing, or what they've done, or alleged to have done, or they've all done it. So that's really it. That's where I'm leaving it today. That is a short video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I will be back next week with something European. Yeah, European. That's all I'm saying. Okay, take care. I'll see everybody next week.